Hi, this is Dan Soy, amateur cook, aka Batman in the Kitchen. Welcome to the Food Zone, where we take this journey together, learn it as one. Today's a really quick recipe: how to make fire roasted pizza sauce. It's really quick, and we're gonna make it in a pan. If you wanted to, you don't really have to cook it, but I prefer to. But just make it to your liking or to the needs of your family. So for today, we're gonna use fresh oregano. We got Italian whole tomatoes, fire roasted tomatoes, onion powder, red pepper flakes, basil, and garlic powder. And we have some sugar. And then I'm gonna go and use olive oil. So this is a really simple recipe, only like 10 minutes. Actually, you can do it less. Like I said, you don't really have to cook this. It's like a no-bake one, but I prefer putting it in a pan with olive oil and let all the flavors come together. If you wanted to, you could also warm it in the microwave and keep stirring it. So let's get started. Alright, so we're going to start with the olive oil. Put 2 tablespoons or 3 tablespoons. It's your preference. If it's a little bit more, it's not going to matter with the sauce, but just put it in there. And make sure you take a spoon and coat the whole pan. And then after that, we'll throw in the diced, fire roasted diced tomatoes. Alright, so like I said, the pan is coated. Now we're going to open the fire roasted tomatoes and throw them in there. If you want to fire roast your own tomatoes on the stove or on the grill, you're welcome. But for me, it's easier to use organic fire roasted tomatoes in the can. Alright, so you got those fire roasted tomatoes. With this can, we're going to use the juice. So this sauce will be good for 3 or 4 days in your refrigerator, or you can freeze it for 3 months. It's up to you. I'm going to use this sauce in a pizza recipe on my next video. Alright, so we have that in there and it came together good with the olive oil. Take your fork and press down on these diced fire roasted tomatoes. Try to get them broken down a little bit. Like, we want the sauce chunky, but not too much. So just break that down. And then the next thing we're going to go is to these plum tomatoes from Italy. And we're going to want to throw in 3 or 4. Do not use the juice because it's going to overpower the fire roasted tomatoes. So just use 2 or 3 of these plum tomatoes. Alright, so we're at the we're at the plum tomatoes. Throw in 1. Throw in like 3. And then just break that down. If you have to, add more. Alright, so I put those 3 in there, and I actually used a spatula to break it mostly down. I'm going to add 1 more, and I'm going to break that down, and that should be good enough. And then I'm going to save these tomatoes for another day, another recipe. Alright, so we're done with that. You can use a blender if you want, or use another spatula to make it more fine, but I want to leave this as a chunky sauce. So I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of onion powder. Then I'm going to throw in a couple red pepper flakes. I'm going to throw in some basil. You can customize all these spices to your likes or your family likes. Then throw in about 2 tablespoons of garlic powder, and just stir it all together. The next 2 steps are the fresh oregano and the sugar. But this makes for a good pizza sauce, or good for anything, even on top of pasta. Alright, the next step is to throw in a tablespoon of sugar. Throw that in there, and then mix it. It'll kill a little bit of the sour taste, which is really not much in there. but it'll like give a sweet tang to the sauce. Next step is the fresh oregano. Then after that, we'll cover it and warm it. You really don't need to, like I said, but it's all up to you. Alright, so I took that fresh oregano, which was this, and I diced it up and I threw it in there. So we're going to want to mix this again, and then I'm going to put the cover on and I'm going to simmer this for like 5 or 10 minutes. But like I said, you could eat this right out of the pan if you want, but this is going to be a chunky fire roasted tomato sauce for your pizza. Alright, Facebook and YouTube, there's your fire roasted pizza sauce. Now I'm going to put a cover on there, and I'm going to go to the stove, and I'm going to keep this on low. So I'm just going to warm this. I'm going to stir it occasionally, and then it'll be ready. Like I said, you really don't have to warm it. It's like a no bake, no cook one. You could put it right on your pizza or use it on pasta or on an appetizer, but I'm going to warm it so the olive oil and everything fuses together, so it all blends together. So be back. Alright, so we're almost there. I'm letting all these flavors come together, and we'll be done. I'm going to use this on a pizza in my next recipe. I'm going to make a supreme pizza with peppers, sausage, and pepperoni. So here's your sauce. Like I said, it's good for 3 or 4 days in the refrigerator, and you can freeze it for 3 months. So thanks for visiting my kitchen. Dan Soy, amateur cook. Peace, love, peace out. See ya.